Hi, I'm Dr. Margaret Paul. I'm a best-selling author, relationship expert, and co-creator of the powerful inner bonding healing process. And I'd like to talk to you today about conflict. I've been working with relationships for the past 42 years, and I've learned an awful lot about conflict and how to manage conflict in ways that don't escalate it. Think for a moment about what you do when you're in conflict with somebody, like a partner, or a child, or a parent, somebody that's important to you. If they get upset with you, do you get angry back? Do you shut down? Do you withdraw if they withdraw? Think for a moment. Do you blame when they blame? Do you blame first? Do you get angry first? And then do they escalate it? That's what a lot of people do in conflict. But I've discovered that there are only two loving ways of handling conflict. And one of them is to move into a desire to learn. Like if somebody's upset and you're in a place where you can say to that person, there must be a good reason that you're upset. I don't want to be yelled at and I don't want to be blamed, but I am willing to hear you and understand what's going on. So if you want to kind of take it down a notch, I'd be happy to talk about it. Now, if that person is open, you can have a good conversation and learn more about what's happening with that person. But let's say that that person is not open. Let's say that when you say, take it down a notch, they say, oh, I don't want to hear that psychobabble. You're just wrong and I have a right to be angry. Do you really want to be at the other end of that? And so the other loving thing to do is to disengage during conflict. Now the problem is some people disengage by withdrawing. They shut down, they close their hearts, and that's just a withdrawal of love. It's a form of punishment. I'm talking about lovingly disengaging, which means that you do not close down. You don't withdraw. You don't get mad. You do what you have to do to keep your heart open while walking away from the conflict until both people are open to learning about what's really going on. And what this might look like with somebody who may be angry with you and blaming you would be to say, this doesn't feel good. This hurts my heart when you're angry and blaming. And so I'm going to go in the other room and deal with it, or I'm going to take a walk. And that means not escalating, not closing your heart, not shutting down. And once you go into the other room, then what you need to do is the inner bonding process. And I hope you take the time to learn this process. The first thing that you would need to do is tune into what it feels like in your heart when somebody is angry. It always feels hurtful in the heart. There's a heartache, there's a loneliness, there's a heartbreak when somebody who's close to you is treating you unlovingly. And so it's important to learn to tune into those feelings and to learn to manage those feelings rather than react. It's reacting with anger and withdrawal that escalates the conflict. I hope that you take the time to learn the inner bonding process, because this is such a powerful process for not only dealing with internal conflict, but dealing with conflict within a relationship. You can learn this process by coming to innerbonding.com, taking our free course, reading the articles on the site, joining our wonderful, compassionate, and caring membership community, having one-to-one sessions with me or other inner bonding facilitators, or coming to one of our workshops or our 5-day intensives. I hope to see you online.